Welcome, ladies and germs.
What up, dudes?
All the people out on the
Hey.
YouTubes and the Twitches.
Oh,
What?
Calvin, where you been?
I've been here.
Calvin's been on every Cards in Hand since the beginning. What are you even talking about right now? Literally makes no sense to me. Have you just not noticed him there? You know what? I think I had him muted every time.
You had him muted.
Yeah, you probably did.
You
I'm
had
so
him
sorry.
muted and hidden.
I am so sorry. Yeah, it was muted and the window was just hidden. I feel really, really bad. Like, it looked just like this. Oh, that makes so much more sense now. Yep. Okay. Yep. Dang.
Well, you can't hide me now. I'm online and ready for some action.
So what
He's
I want,
talking like no one hears him.
what I want you to do
Guys,
first, I want you to bring up every point you've brought up on every episode since we found out you were hidden. Go.
Bushiroad sucks. That's about it.
Yep. Okay. Okay. That's legit.
Thanks, Joel.
For what? You're welcome.
And Cards and I drinking game.
Oh, that's right. Gotta bring
oh
that
yeah,
back.
dude.
I'm down tonight. Here we go. Fresh bottle of water. It's lame, right? Yeah. So big news this week.
Welcome to Cards in Hand, episode 10 of FOUT
It is 24.
For March 20, 2014. My bro of the week is gonna go to my dad. It's his birthday today.
There you go.
Bow.
Okay. As long as we're throwing it out early, I have a bro of the week.
Sweet.
Last Sunday, Chris and I, after the show, went to Taco Bell.
Nice.
When by the way, we demolished a 12-pack of tacos right in
Oh,
front
that's
of it.
right. Yeah.
It was
Nice.
It was amazing. I've never done it before. But at the drive-thru, my bro of the week goes to the drive-thru operator. He called me amigo. And I have never at a Taco Bell been called amigo before. I was really very, very happy about that one. So bro of the week goes to the huh?
It just like made your night. Like...
Oh, it totally made my night. I was like, that's super cool. I've never been called amigo at a Taco Bell, which is, you'd think you would at some point in your life. Not sound racist, but yeah.
Nah, dude. No, I understand.
No, it was. Yeah,
Speaking
it was
of a dozen,
Cal, you
speaking
got a
of a
bro of the
dozen
week?
tacos. Last year I went to there's like this Mexican restaurant off of Highway 13, next to
Taquera La Hacienda.
Yeah, no, this is another one. It's like further down, like
Oh,
towards
okay.
Savage. Curtis and I were there on Cinco de Mayo, and they have this special for all you can eat tacos. We both ate 12 each. So we're gonna go back and try to beat the record.
Whoa.
Dude, I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll text you when that goes down.
I gotta bring up chat here.
I got a jerk of the week.
Here, Heaven's Blades brought up, and he's absolutely right. They did forget all of our taco sauce. So,
Is that your jerk of the week?
well, bro of the week goes to the guy that called me amigo, and then jerk of the week goes to Taco Bell.
Wait, so Calvin, you didn't have a bro of the week?
My brother week goes out to Ryan because he's been begging for one. So there you go, Ryan. Throw you a bone.
No, okay, I'm calling it. The guest cannot give an official bro of the week to Ryan.
All right, fine.
Oh, fine, go ahead, whatever.
My jerk of the
there it
week.
is.
I was at work last week, and I work at a craft store, so we have like these demos for our classes and stuff all the time. And Jody, our yarn instructor, was doing an arm knitting like demo where you like knit with your arms and it makes like a really cool scarf. And I was like wearing one for fun, right? I was like, this is so cool, like, and I was like, this lady walked by, and like most of the customers at Michael's are like really happy people, like they're just really cool. And this lady was walking by, like this older, like maybe in her 40s, and I was like, don't I look hot? Like, I was going like, I was just making a joke, like whatever, right? And she's like, everyone has their own opinion, honey. And I was like, whoa! Like,
Wow.
and I was like, oh my god, I so bad wanted to say to her, like, yeah, and your husband's got to sleep next to you every night, so, fuck off. Like, so my jerk of the week goes to you, lady. Like, fuck you, nobody cares. So, like,
Yeah, I'm actually really excited right now. I posted this all over Facebook today, but Heaven's Blaze does not have a Facebook because he's too cool for it. He doesn't know what I got in my loot crate today.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude.
So the theme of this month's Loot Crate was called Attack on Titanfall. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show the promo image for it. That's right. That's Attack on Titan mixed with Titanfall.
That's awesome.
So that not only did they send the first edition or the first copy of volume of the manga, which I believe I said it right. I got this really awesome Survey Corps wristband. Wearing it every day. I don't even care. You guys should get Loot Crate. I've been telling everyone for months now.
Survey Corp sounds way cooler, but on Netflix, the translations are the Funimation translations, and they call it the Scout Regiment, and I'm like, that's dumb.
That's stupid. I don't care. That I don't care about. Yeah. Survey Corp is way cooler. Oh, and then
Survey Corp, yeah, dude.
I got a Titanfall shirt, which I was a little disappointed that it's just a straight up Titanfall shirt. I was really hoping it was going to be this image.
Yeah.
That I would never ever take that shirt off. But then I got a magnet of the image, so I guess that's okay. But I mean,
put it on your fridge, dude.
I know, but
so for those of you who've been kind of following, me and Joel decided that this show would be better if it was only about half an hour to 40 minutes long.
A little more condensed.
If it goes past that, it goes past that. But we're gonna try and cut it down a little bit. Just talk, hang out, talk about some news, some recent stuff, and then we'll still have Bro of the Week and Pull of the Week or whatever. I do got a Pull of the Week, but then after that, we're or anyone else who's got Pull of the Weeks, whatever, and then we're gonna get right into it with Calvin's trip to GP Richmond Grand Prix for Modern, which was like one of the biggest tournaments ever, and the fact that he got to go was really sick, and that's why I wanted him on the show. So, Pull of the Week.
I'm sorry, really quick, Calvin, was that the same one that the guy was taking the selfies in front of the butt cracks?
Yes, that's the same one.
Did you see that guy?
That is the same one. If we have, did I see him?
Yes.
No, I did not see him at the event. Like I said, the event was pretty huge.
I want that guy.
It was like the second or third hugest one.
Second one, the second biggest. Yep. But I mean, if we want to talk about it, if we have time for it, we can definitely talk about that.
Okay, but go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying anyone got pull reports of the week, that otherwise we'll just jump right into it.
The only pull that I
got
have
one pull
is all these magic cards that are worth money. That's my only pull.
Because you've been sitting behind the counter, level up, and just open.
I can't help it. They put me back there, and all those packs are in front of me. So I just start opening, and then I have to pay for them all at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But usually I end up usually making either my money back or I only end up paying a couple dollars.
Right.
Because this is like $30 worth of trade-in right here. 34 or something like that. So I mean that's pretty good. Half of what they're actually worth. So that's not bad. I only bought 12 packs that night. So.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of made it up a little bit. Yeah. You got any polls or reports, Calvin? To pull anything? Actually, I got a pull and a report. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't think I have anything.
You haven't drafted in the past couple weeks? I guess not, huh?
No, I haven't really purchased anything. Sorry.
Any good matches or reports? I guess you'll tell us when you tell us about.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, we cubed. If you guys don't know what cube drafting is, you basically take a collection of 360 plus cards. You find 8 people, and then you draft with these cards that you've put together into a cube. Generally, so people either do it one of two ways. If they don't have very much money, they usually do a pauper cube, pauper Pauper, not very extravagant.
Right.
Where you just take where you take really good commons, really good uncommons, you put them all together and you cube with that. People with a little bit more money or people who have collaborated with other people to collect a bunch of really strong cards, they make a power cube. I have a power cube, a semi-power cube built between me and my play group, and we actually were able to get an 8-man going on Tuesday, and that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I beat down with a red-white aggro deck. I was not feeling too fancy, so I didn't want to do any intricate and fancy strategies. Just play some guys, turn them sideways, and then go for the win.
Play some guys and turn them sideways. Exactly.
Yep.
Turn them sideways.
Yep.
That's legit. Yeah, I got a cube, dude. I like cubing with that cube. That cube's fun.
Yeah.
I've actually cubed with that cube before.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Yes, you have. Yep.
And I was horrible at it too.
I'm still not very good at drafting. I'm really bad at it. I guess I'd have to cube more to know, but
yeah,
it's hard. But so my pull of the week, I was at Target and I was like, I need this Mewtwo EX tin because I need the Mewtwo out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Trisha was like, yeah, okay, I'll buy it for you. It's fine. And I was like, okay, that's legit. So then frickin' Joel understands me because he knows what it is. Like,
yep.
I didn't get anything, and Trisha was like, oh, I want to open a couple. So she opened 2 out of the 4 packs, and I didn't get crap. And then Trisha pulls this. Shiny Charizard.
Oh
It's
my
got
god.
a texture to it. It's like a secret rare. It's so delicious. It's so pretty. I'm just like, it's like a $40 card, $30-some card. I'm like, that's legit, right? Like, but I didn't get to pull it. She pulled it. Like, but still though.
Wait, is that the one with the does it have the fighting symbol next to the attack? Is it
No.
the misprint one? Oh, okay.
No. I wish. But
wow, that'd be cool.
yeah, this came out of Plasma Storm or Plasma Freeze, one of those newer sets. But it's got like a texture to it. It's like golden all over the place. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really
and it's
nice.
got like the fire symbol behind the attack, and it's textured.
Mhm.
It's just a really pretty card. And I was thinking like maybe I'll trade it in for the rest of my Pokemon deck, but I decided that I want to keep it mainly because Trisha bought it.
Oh.
Like, and I didn't want to be like, oh sweet, thanks for buying me this. I'm gonna go trade this now. Like, it's like a really pretty card, and I mean, I don't know, it's just really cool. But like, that's my pull of the week.
I would sell
My
that
report of the
immediately.
week. My report of the week. Well, the collector in me is like.
I know, but
yeah.
but it ain't gonna be worth anything in like 3 months. So
I don't care about the value. I think it's just a really cool looking card. If I cared about the value, I'd sell it right away.
Sure.
But I kind of lost my touch with the value of it after looking at it for so long. But so my report of the week, and Joel was there, and I told Calvin this is pretty hilarious. But like, me and Joel were outside chilling with a dude, and we were just talking about standard, and this dude is just speaking at Joel, not talking to him. He was talking at him, like,
yeah.
Hey, I got this card. You know what it does is like whatever. Okay, cool.
After repeatedly saying, "No, I don't understand. I don't play Magic."
Right. Yeah.
After saying, "No, I don't know what every card does," you have to understand.
Right.
I'm a very new player now. I played
Right.
a long time ago. I'm just playing again a little bit.
Right.
Go on.
This guy's obviously into Magic. He's pretty serious about the game. It's like cool, whatever, right? And then I don't remember how it came up, but I was like, oh, well, yeah. Sam plays the same deck that Corey plays, and Corey's another guy that works at Level Up. And he's like, oh, what is it? It's like, I was like, I play Red Aggro. And he was like, that's like the one deck that can't beat my deck. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't know that much about Magic, so I wouldn't know. Like, and then we go inside, and I'm just like, let's play, right?
Mm.
And then he's like, yeah. So we sit down and play, and I rolled over him 4 games in a row with 3 land,
too.
3 or 4 land.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
And he got kind of like flustered, and I was like, dude, maybe your mana ratios are just like, like maybe they're just off or they're wrong or something.
Right.
It's like at one point at one of the games, actually two out of the 4 games, he had 5 land on the field, and it's like, how are you not able to do anything? You have 5 land on the field, like.
No, my ratios are fine.
Yeah, and then he was like, my ratios are fine, and I'm like, 4 games in a row. But yeah, that was kind of funny. Those are the kind of matches I live for.
Chris in chat says we should have Corey and them play, just see what happens.
Yeah, we should. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be pretty damn funny.
It's like I play the same deck, he plays the same. Well, Corey's is a little more, I think, consistent than mine, but still,
Right.
I mean, I don't really know what deck in Standard has a really good matchup against Red Aggro and then a really bad matchup against everything else. So, I don't know.
Calvin's like,
yeah, he's just like, well, I don't really understand how the kids suck so much. So,
I don't
mean,
know.
I
Well, here's the worst part.
maybe he just
Joel
wants some
was teaching
attention.
some guys.
Maybe he just wants some friends. Maybe.
well, he's doing it the
Maybe.
wrong way, man.
He's doing it the wrong
That
way.
is the absolute wrong way of doing it.
Here's the thing, too, is that Joel was teaching some new people how to play Magic, and he decided to play one of the guys who just learned that day. All he has is an intro deck. Okay, it's just an intro deck.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just one of the dual decks, yeah.
Right, and then I go to the bathroom, I come back, and he turns to me, he's like, now my deck's working. And then I look at his opponent, and I'm like, oh, it's the guy who just learned today.
Yeah, you're playing the guy who doesn't even know the name of the game. Nice job,
Right,
bro.
The guy who, of course, you're going to get set up right away because his deck probably isn't doing anything for him right now. Like,
it was sad. It was sad enough that the kid who was learning was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. Like, he just doesn't want to play Magic anymore now. I've talked to him since, and he wants to still play now. But that night, he did not want to play.
Yeah, because that jerk, that I rolled over ruined it for him. Like,
Yep.
Whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, whatever. Just whatever.
Calvin, man.
Yeah, what's up?
GP Richmond, how was it? The Grand Prix.
GP Richmond was a lot of fun. I didn't do very well, but Modern is one of those formats that you definitely need to prepare for, otherwise you won't do well like me.
Right.
Though having good hands will definitely be good. It's an excuse that everyone makes, but sometimes it is a reality, and unfortunately,
it
was a reality. Yeah.
It's a card game. If you don't draw the right stuff, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you just can't do it.
I imagine Modern format being a lot like Pokemon, like. If you don't got the right hand in Pokemon, it's just, sometimes it doesn't matter how consistent your deck is.
Mm-hmm.
Modern is a bit more, I guess, more consistent than Standard.
For sure.
But that being said, it's also less forgiving than Standard. So if you were playing Modern and you miss a land drop, if you don't get your right colors, you're going to get punished very hard, very quickly. Whereas in Standard, odds are you won't be able to get your land drops as consistently as Modern, but screwing up maybe like a turn or two won't set you back too far.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I traveled with three guys. Two of them are local. One of them used to be from here, but he moved down to Florida like 6 months ago. And he decided that he was going to return back to Minnesota, and that on his way he would stop by Richmond to meet up with us and play in this Grand Prix.
Nice.
So me and my friend Leon, we went down to Richmond on Thursday nights. We got to the airport around like midnight or so, and our hotel check-in wasn't until Friday. So we decided to just stay at the airport, hang out there overnight, and just grind in some games. In the airport lobby area, where they had some tables and some nice couches and stuff. So then Friday came along and we met up with everyone else. There were a lot of people at the airport who you could tell were Magic players, and we actually met up with a guy from Las Vegas, and we actually got a few games in with him as well before he had to leave. But yeah, so Friday we kind of we checked in at the hotel, we saw what the place was like. Tried out some pretty good food. They have so we were in downtown Richmond, and it's a very rustic city. It has a very like old time feel to it,
sure.
Probably because it's very old.
Nice.
I don't know, it has a pretty cool environment. It's definitely southern. You could definitely tell based off of how many just like kind of the cuisine there and how people talk. There was a restaurant called Mama J's, and they sold like Southern comfort food, and it was really, really good.
Wait, it was called Mama J's?
It was called Mama J's. No, not Mama J's.
You should start a restaurant called Mama J's.
Mama J's memory.
No. Yeah, you can get your fried chicken and Milton cards.
That would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no. So
why don't we have
J's.
like a themed restaurant like that somewhere? That'd be really, really cool.
Make it up.
That's it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Putting everything I have into that.
So on Friday, Leon decided to go and grind a few. They have these like last chance qualifiers that you can do, where you get into, I think it's a pod of 32 players, and then the winner of that pod, a single elimination. The winner of that pod gets 2 free wins, so 2 buys for the main event, which will put you ahead of the rest of the Stampede.
Oh, it's kind of like a grind-in, kind of?
Exactly, yeah. So there are 2 ways you could do that. One, you can either win a Grand Prix trial, that's what it's called. Or if you were like me and actually go grind at PTQs, at Grand Prix, and get enough Planeswalker points, you can also get 2-round buys that way. So I actually had my buys locked up from the previous season, so I didn't have to play the first 2 rounds, which was pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And then I had a bunch of other like shopping to do, so I went to go do some buying.
Right.
They have I actually don't have it on me, but they have some pretty cool gear. The organizers, Star City Games, they're like one of the premier Magic tournament organizers, and they also have some pretty sweet gear. There is, I wish I had it on me, but they have like this person who does like art for them, and she does like this her name is Liz Nugent, and she does like these like cartoony kind of things. And her like latest work was a squirrel. It was a squirrel that was like matched to be like another card called Brainstorm, and Brainstorm is like this person going this, and then there's like lights going around their head, and so what it was this squirrel going like this, and then like there was acorns around their head, and I thought it was pretty sweet. So I picked up a dice bag with that art on it.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so that was Friday. Saturday was the main event, and that event had 4,304 players. So
oh my god.
So there's some markets there. It was the first largest Magic the Gathering constructed tournament. So a tournament where you bring your own deck and you play, which is absolutely amazing. I think it beat the next biggest ones by like at least several hundred. I don't know the exact numbers.
Yeah, but it was about 100 some.
Yep.
200 some.
It was in contention for beating Grand Prix Las Vegas, which happened last year, and I was also at that one. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
But it fell short by like I think 100 or so players.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. So second largest Magic tournament, first largest constructed tournament, second largest card game tournament in history.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the first largest?
So the deck I ran going into it was the red, white, blue control deck. And I actually had not much practice with it. It was a very high-profile deck that so the player who won the Pro Tour, the last Pro Tour that was Modern, ran that deck. And then it was also the deck that won the Players' Championship, which I guess is like the end of the year, like most elite level tournament. And the only way you can get it is by winning Pro Tours, which is like almost like the next elite level tournament, and I think it's so exclusive that they only invite 16 players.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So you have like the 16 best players in the world play at the end of the year for a pot of like $50,000 or something.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So the last Players' Championship, or the World's Tournament, that was the deck that won the Modern Tournament. And so when we were testing, we all kind of imagined that this would be a very popular deck going into it. Turns out it wasn't.
Really?
So very bad metagame. So very bad metagame call. I went into, so I had my 2-round buys, so I didn't play until round 3. And when I went to round 3, I checked my pairings, and
this is so funny.
I saw the sheet. So I saw the sheet, and it'll tell you your seed number, your name by last name and then first name, and then versus your opponent, last name, first name. So the sheet, I read it across from left to right. It was 1188 Chang Calvin versus Nelson Bradley. And I thought the name sounded really familiar. I didn't know why at first, but as soon as I was thinking this, the announcer person was like, and our feature match for round 3 is table 1188, Calvin Chang versus Brad Nelson, and immediately it clicked because I knew that Brad Nelson is like a pro player. He's played on the Pro Tour many times. I think he was a Player of the Year at one point as well.
Wow.
So I had my work cut out for me.
For sure.
Oh, jeez.
You got a little stomped, maybe?
Yeah, a little stomped. It was the first time I played against a pro player, and the first time I was on camera. Well, I had a feature match for this very large event. Luckily, I was on the second feed, not the primary feed, and so they didn't actually cut to my game, so you can't actually see my blunder, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
But if you go to the past recording of the tournament, there's like some parts where the camera goes up to see the players, and you can see my shoulder on the side of the camera.
Let me ask, is your shoulder slumped over and like shaking as you were crying?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay.
That was
that's what I thought.
So yeah, and actually, it was funny because Brad Nelson was playing the deck that I originally planned on playing.
Oh, nice.
So that would have been kind of sweet. Anyway, I
Mistakes were made.
Um,
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, mistakes from me. And that one I was stuck on. Let's see what happened. So game one, I'm playing three colors. I'm playing red, white, and blue. And
America.
I was stuck America. Yeah, America. And I was stuck on three lands, and my lands were a colorless land,
Mhm.
a red land, and a land that was either white or blue.
Mhm.
And that was all I saw. So I couldn't actually cast any spells
Right.
because I just didn't have the colors for them.
Yep.
What ended up happening was he started attacking me with his creatures and got me down to 12 life. And then I was down to 12 life, and I cast a counter spell to counter one of his things. And he had 4 lightning bolts. And lightning bolts is a very efficient burn spell that does 3 damage.
Yep.
And so he was just like, lightning bolt. And I'm like, okay, 12 to 9. Lightning bolt. Okay, 9 to 6. Lightning bolt. Okay, 6 to 3. And then his 4th lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. I'm like, counter spell. And he's like, okay, I'll pay for your counter spell. And then I'm like, okay, got it.
And then
So-
you proceeded to flip the table.
No, I didn't.
You
That would have
didn't?
been a very big table to flip.
You should have done it. That would have been a very big
Yeah.
statement.
Yep. Game 2 didn't go particularly well either. I don't exactly remember the details of that game, but I got stomped very quickly. And then at the end, so he got up and left, and then I was cleaning up my stuff. And then there was a judge who was sitting at the feature match table, and he was like, hey, you should have asked him to sign a Brad Nelson token, because he had tokens on him. Because
Right.
when you're on stream, sometimes cards make tokens, and
Sure.
you want to be able to show the viewers what
Sure.
tokens they are. At Star City Games, they actually had like these illustrated tokens with all the pro players that played for Star City Games.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like dressed up in like different like Magic-esque
Oh, that's
costumes
awesome.
and their tokens. So I think Brad Nelson was like a human token, was just like a 1/1 human, and it was like him wearing like this like bear fur armor or whatever. And so he showed it to me, and I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, you should have got him to sign it. I'm
But
like,
you didn't, did you?
whatever. No, I was a little butthurt.
Yeah, understandably, yeah. Yep.
Why would I want a token with him on it? God.
Right. You know what? You know why I would have him sign that token? So I could burn it in a fire. Jackass. Cheater.
If I was going up against a pro player and I knew
Nah.
it, though, I would have been like, I lose, but I'll play anyway. Have fun.
Right?
I mean, I wanted to try. I wanted to do something. My one regret about that game is that I didn't actually do anything.
Right.
So
Right.
it was, yeah. Like if I had, like, I could like try to put up a fight, and odds are I probably won't win, but there might be a chance that I win.
Right.
So I can at least try, right?
Right.
Right.
So what you're basically saying is you not purposely, but you just kind of laid there and let them just kind of walk on you.
Yeah,
You know.
unintentionally.
Right. Exactly. That sucks. Nice, dude. I like the tie. It's really classy. I bet you wish you had one of these, though, didn't you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Calvin, you don't know nothing about that. But that's okay.
I know there's a theme song, and I know that people mashed it up.
Yep. But you read it, didn't you? No, you didn't do anything. God, whatever, Calvin.
Nope.
Survey Corps, man.
I'm sorry.
That means-
All I know
means
is
the Hunt
that
Titans.
Ashley Birch from Hey Ash, What You Playin', is a voice actress for the English dub. And because she was also the voice actress of Tiny Tina from Borderlands, I'm a huge fan of her.
Sure. Okay.
But that's about it.
Wait, she voices what? What's her name?
Ashley Birch, she's Potato Girl.
No, right. But who does she voice in Attack on Titan?
The potato girl.
Potato Girl.
Sasha. Or whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. Chris,
Yeah,
Chris
so the rest of the
said
tournament
yeah.
didn't go out very well. What's
No. Nothing. That sucks, man.
Yeah. But on Sunday, so what happens is at these Grand Prix, they're always, because there's so many people, they have to eliminate people who don't get at least a 7-2 record on day one.
Mm-hmm.
And so people with that record or better then advance to day two.
Right.
And the people who don't just stay behind, and they can do side events on Sunday, which, it's a cool system. People travel all across the country, all over the world to go to these Grand
Mhm.
Prix. And so it, sucks if you don't get to play on Sunday, but
Right.
at least they have stuff you can do.
Right.
So, so Lucas, my friend Lucas and I decided to just draft all day. And before they decided to leave, we decided to do one last draft together because we'd all just been in separate pods doing our own thing. And then I drafted against this guy, another pro player, named Conley Woods. So that was exciting.
Right.
I didn't actually get to play against him because I wasn't paired up against him. But my draft went pretty bad. It was a long story. But yeah, that one did not go so well either.
You just suck against pro players.
Maybe.
What
or
the
maybe
hell,
pro players
dude?
just really good.
How many pro
Maybe
players?
there's a reason they're pro players.
You've only played against 2 pro players in any kind of Magic, right?
No, because
Okay.
there's another one too.
Okay.
There's a local player. His name is Matthias Hunt, and he is a pro player, semi-pro, pro player. I don't know,
Mm.
but he was actually featured on the last Pro Tour. You can actually find video coverage of him talking about his deck, because it was kind of like a new deck. Well, not new, like it was been around, but it was kind of like a cool combo deck that people hadn't seen in a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I mean, he's definitely is a big name. He was actually at the Grand Prix doing coverage for
Okay.
Star City games. I think he used to play on Star City games, but that's something else. I had actually played against him before several months ago during a standard PTQ Pro Tour qualifier down at Legion, and I had actually beaten him. He was on blue-white control, and I was on my mono black devotion, and he had some pretty bad draws. He had the mulligan game 3, and I had I had 2 cards in my hand that just decimated his hand.
Really?
It's a card that you pay 1 mana, and you can look at their hand and just take any one card, and they have to discard it.
Yeah.
So basically, I stole the card that makes him draw cards, and then I stole another card that prevented him from doing anything.
Mhm.
So that was really one-sided. But I actually got to talk to him on our walk back from. So we were on the same flight coming back from Richmond to Minneapolis, and so we caught up and talked a little bit
Nice.
before we had to go our separate ways. So
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
GP Richmond was just a large encounter with the pro players.
And you did not come out too well.
No, I mean I won a draft, which is kind of cool.
Right. And you know
I did
what? That's okay.
pretty
There's
well
always
on those.
next time. You go to a lot of them.
Yeah. There's actually one, and it's ironic because there's one for Grand Prix Minneapolis. It's happening in May, and it is a modern tournament again, so
Mhm.
similar to GP Richmond.
Right.
The catch is that it's during finals week, and so I might not be able to go.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's the closest thing ever.
It's
so
it's
close,
a local
yet
Grand
so
Prix.
far. Right.
It's a local Grand Prix, and it's the one that I don't go to.
That's
I mean, I
super
hope
funny.
I really hope I can go.
hmm
But you know, school comes first.
I'm telling you, man, just
Right.
drop out. This really,
No, man.
if you just quit now, you could.
Especially not when I'm graduating
Well, right.
in several months.
Calvin, are you coming with us to Illinois to play Weiss or what?
Hell no.
Come on, you did really well the other night, man. You beat me
That's true.
like 3 times in a row.
We played like 7 games,
Doesn't matter. You beat me.
something.
You beat me a bunch,
I think I
actually.
beat you 6 out of 7 games.
Yeah, it's because I only won once. Nice. Thanks for bringing that up. Cool, man. But to be fair, you suck. So
I do.
I don't know. I got nothing. I was just trying to redeem something. Wasn't my
Okay.
night.
Hey,
Okay.
Tom, you should tell them about the EDH game.
Well,
Like,
that's what I was gonna say. I was because like I think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna like wrap it up, aren't we here?
Yeah,
We might as well
that's
tell the
my last
story.
report. That's my last report.
So this was
And then-
this was absolutely hilarious.
I mean I can't really explain it that well because I missed some of what you did, but for the most part it's pretty hilarious.
Mhm.
So me and Calvin, you know, I like EDH a lot. My EDH deck is not very good, although I may add some of the cards that came in my Jaliba deck in that deck.
Mhm.
It's like after adding even a couple of just simple artifacts in my mono black EDH deck, it's way better now.
Mhm.
But I might just even take the Jaliba deck and add some of the cool black cards in that deck, and then like
Right.
just do that. But yeah, dude, that was hilarious. So me and Calvin played EDH, and he was like, "Hey, have you played against my new EDH deck?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "It's gonna be funny," and I'm like, "No, oh my god!" Like I already know it's just something really trolly,
Right.
and oh my god, go ahead, Calvin, fuck you.
Okay, I'm sorry. So my EDH deck is 2 colors. It's blue and red. So based off that, because it's a blue and red deck, it's mostly spells. I play like probably 6 or 7 creatures, and that's probably about it. Rest of it spells.
I didn't even remember seeing creatures.
Yeah, so my general his name is Melik Izzet Paragon. And what he does is when he's in play, you can play with the top card of your deck revealed.
Mhm.
And as long as the card of your deck is an instant or a sorcery spell, you can play it. And when you cast a spell from your library, so the card on top of your deck, you can copy it. And the goal of this deck is to just play as many spells as you can during your turn. And then you then count how many cards you have to figure out what your storm count is. And storm is a mechanic where you play a card, and if that card has storm on it, you copy that card for every single time another spell was played during that turn.
Yep.
So if you cast 55 spells during the turn, you play that card, you copy it 55 times. And that's exactly what happened. So I basically played a bunch of spells, untapped a bunch of my lands, had infinite mana, and just kept casting spells after spells after spells after spells until I had exactly 55 spells that I played.
Yep.
And then the spell, the kicker, the one that wins, is called Ignite Memories. And what it does, it's target opponent has to flip a card, has to pick a card at random from their hand, and then they lose life or they take damage equal to that card's cost, and then it has storm.
Yep.
So Sam had a fresh hand of 7 cards.
I just want to say this turn took like 45 minutes.
And it was one turn. It was
One turn.
Yeah.
It was to the point where Sam was like this. Right? He was, and every time it's like, oh, storm counter, he'd go, yup. It was hilarious. And the whole time I'm going, what are those storm counters for? And Kelvin's like, don't worry about it. You'll see.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, do storm counters equal damage somehow? He's like, don't worry about it. You'll see.
So basically, his deck was built to be able to check what's in his deck, refresh his hand, and see the top card at all times.
Yep.
When he had the correct combination of spells involved, he was able to make his lands do the following things. Tap for additional mana, untap, flash back that spell, and just do it again. So like he would tap them all, add a bunch to his mana pool, flash back the spell that untapped them all, and then he would just do it again. So it got to a point where he had 45 blue in his mana pool and like 20 some red in his mana pool and some colorless. So he basically had the necessary amount to find any win condition in his deck and play it. And then he had another spell that when his whole discard pile was in his, or no, it was another spell that exiled the top however many cards from the top of the deck and exile them, and then you can play whatever you exiled. And he did it twice. So he basically had
cards,
he basically he did it in the case of 30. So he did it twice. So he had 60 cards out of his 100-card deck to choose from and do what he's supposed to do. One of his win conditions was bound to be in there, and he found one, and that was to ignite memory and reveal my hand 55 times because the storm count was 55.
Well, it was one card out of 7, 55 times.
Right.
Yes.
So,
right.
So he could have. So he had some lands, and lands don't have a cost. So if he flipped 55 lands, he wouldn't take any damage.
No.
Yeah. Right.
And everything else was like 1 cost, 2 cost, 3 cost. I think there was one that was 5 cost.
It took forever to die.
Sam was at like 33 life or something. And he decided to go through with all of it. Got to like, I think he probably got to like 26, 27 copies before he finally died.
Yep.
And you know what? Like instead of scooping, I just decided to do it because you never know, right?
Oh no.
But
here's
it
the
was
thing too. Whenever someone catches you in a loop like that or something like that, you always make them play it out. Cause screw it. Look, if they're gonna be the d-bag to put you through that, you make them play that shit out.
No, you know what?
I mean, I have fun when I do it. So
it was funny. It was really hilarious. At first, I was a little salty, like, "Are you for friggin' real right now?" But then it just became really hilarious. But it's so painful. It's so painful, dude. It's so you're dying a slow death when he does that to you. And it's just like it's like you got like some kind of disease, and it's just slowly eating away.
Look, as soon as you found out he was able to cast 55 spells in one turn, you knew it was over.
It was over, yeah.
One turn.
But that deck was super funny. It's
Yep.
super hilarious. And, oh my god, it was
Yep. That
55
was really
blue
funny.
and 20 some red in the mana pool.
But
Just
see,
sitting
and
there.
like, Calvin, you made a card specifically for that combo. Yeah.
So what's that?
You have that card that you made to like
Oh, yeah,
count
yeah,
and stuff
okay.
like that. Because you showed me
Yeah.
that. You showed me that when you were playing Magic at the shop, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell is that?" And you were like, "Don't worry about it." So you're like, "I'll show you something." Blah blah blah. I didn't understand what the hell it was. Yeah, that.
Yeah, so it wasn't this one, but I basically took,
Right.
I cut out like this rectangle here and this rectangle.
Yeah.
So I have the blue and the red, and then I just basically mounted it on a back of a magic card.
Yeah.
And so then I could put dice on top of the blue square or the red square to figure out how much mana I have.
You
And
know?
then I have enough space in the middle to have another die to figure out how many spells I cast during that
Yep.
turn.
It's like
So,
it's a custom card made because of what that deck does.
Yep.
And it worked too. It actually made things a lot easier to follow. So thank you for doing that because that was hilarious.
it lets me do things without keeping,
Yep.
like, I don't have to keep track of as many things in my head.
And
That's
then,
so funny.
And then we played Weiss and you beat me. So whatever.
Yeah.
A lot.
I played Sword Art Online.
Mhm.
I don't know any of the characters.
Yep, that just makes it
The
awesome.
characters weren't very provocative, so I figured that they weren't very good. But
Mm-hmm. We actually had like a lot of long talks about Magic that night. That was that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shut up, you
Cal,
fell
you need to be
asleep.
on the show more. Yeah, no, I started falling asleep because it was like 4 in the morning.
No, it was
But,
better than that,
yeah.
buddy. But yeah.
Oh, fine. Cal, you need to come on the show more often, dude. It's really awesome to hear what you got to say about, whatever.
Mhm.
Because you go to a lot of Magic tournaments, you're doing a lot of stuff.
Yep.
On top of your school, which is, beyond
Right.
me. But, and your
Well,
job.
Yeah, I haven't been on. Like, you asked me to come on last week, but no can do.
Yeah,
I had,
midterms.
finals and stuff.
Yep,
I'm
they're
on
finals.
spring break right now, so that's why I'm
Right.
available for this.
Yep.
But I don't know. Let me know ahead of time, and if I don't have anything going on that's too pertinent, I will try to make some time.
Yeah, you're always welcome on this show, dude.
Yeah,
No
dude,
question.
for real.
Yep.
For real, though. And we got to play some board games, too, because I know Calvin's really into a lot of tabletop and deck building
Really?
games. So.
Oh yeah, board games. So
What the
some
hell,
news
dude?
for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
some news? Yeah, what you got, dude?
Yeah. So so Legion Supplies. You probably may have heard of it. They do a lot of deck boxes and they do a lot of sleeves. They're the ones who created double mat sleeves. If any of you used those before,
Yep.
awesome stuff.
Yep.
But they have decided to create a new board game. It's called Foretold: Rise of a God, and the way I like kind of interpreted it, I don't really know too much about it. I think it's like a deck building game / tile adventure game where instead of like building your own deck and like kind of not really interacting with other players,
Mhm.
you actually get to attack other players because you create a deck and you get followers that follow certain like religions, I guess, but the religions are like order, chaos,
Sure.
and art and something else. And your followers can then attack other players' temples. And then you score victory points by like succeeding in raids or collecting ancient relics or whatever. Anyway, so Legion Supplies is actually making this game, and the Kickstarter for that actually came up today. So definitely check that out if you're into tabletop.
Do you
gaming.
have a link by any chance?
I can grab one right now. I'll send it to you.
'Cause, yeah, you should look that up so we can say it so people can go fund it.
Yeah, the art, and I was actually talking to someone about this earlier. The art is created by, and I'm going to get the right name here. His last name is Post. I think it's Garrett Post, and he is the son, if I'm not mistaken, of another artist, RK Post, who actually does magic art.
Okay.
So it's pretty sweet. And if any of you have seen the Edgar Allan Poe Raven sleeves that are also double mat and made by Legion, RK Post did that art.
Wait. His last name is Post.
His last name is Post, yep.
It's kind of funny that because it
Yeah.
comes after his first name, Post. Get it?
Oh,
So that's his post name. Come on, you get it. That's hilarious. You shut your mouth.
okay. I'm sending you the Kickstarter.
You send it on. You do it on Facebook or what?
Yeah, it'll be on Facebook.
Okay,
Actually,
good.
wait. I'll just
No,
do it on this thing.
no. Do it on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yeah. Or else I won't be able to see it.
Yeah, dude, that sounds cool. Like, deck building games are fun.
Yeah, Calvin, we gotta sit and play like DC deck building and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Some legendary. Those are my two favorite games right now for deck building.
Yeah. I've been playing the Lord of the Rings deck building game with my roommates like every single night for the past week.
I'm going to actually show this for you then. Doo-doo-doo. This looks really cool. God, now I just have Attack on Titan theme stuck in my head. Awesome. There we go. Let's put that up on the screen right now.
I'm sending you a sign off, Joel. It's a YouTube video.
No. Okay. Oh, shoot. I
Oh
just
my
screwed it
god.
up. Calvin, you and your sign off videos. No, because the last one you did got us so we couldn't. We got in trouble.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got
really?
in trouble for that. Yeah,
Stupid.
Why's that?
Because it's
on the tubes of
Pokemon.
you.
So here's the
really?
Kickstarter for the Foretold Rise of a God. 30 days to go. Wow, they just started. That's actually they're up like really close already. That's not bad at all. Currently at $5,500 of the $25,000 goal. Nice, yeah. I would recommend getting down on this.
Send me that, dude. I want to see that.
Oh man,
Just send it to me.
oh, dude, I'll show you after the show, bro. Ooh, look at all these. Oh my god.
Send it to me. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
I think I like the format of this now. You know, we just talk for a little bit. We say, you know,
Yeah. Even though this
Not
one was
big
just
on the
about an hour
news.
long, so
yeah, not
Yeah, I think
big
we
on
still
the
have an
news.
hour.
You know, I think the news is kind of like when we say news, it's kind of just like people already know.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think certain things are cool to bring up though,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I think I definitely want to go to a big Magic tournament soon sometime. That'd be really fun.
Come to the Pro Tour qualifier this Saturday.
I have to work in the morning, bro.
Yeah.
And
By the way, Pro Tour qualifier on Saturday is at the Fantasy Flight Game Center or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're not familiar with Fantasy Flight, they're a publisher that does a lot of tabletop gaming.
They did the Kingdom
believe
Hearts
their
game.
Yeah, I believe their headquarters is in Minnesota, and I think this is where it's at. It's in Roseville.
Okay.
So, yeah, check it out.
Nice. Yep. Anything else? Okay. Let me see what you have as a send off really quick.
It's a parody.
Oh no! Oh my god. Okay.
It's that video that I wanted to show you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, fine. Only because it's you, Calvin.
Sweet.
Literally only because it's you. Let me find a blank scene here. There we go. Damn it, dude.
We're gonna get in trouble for it.
Nah. Well, oh shoot. Ignore that. Doing it on the fly. While I'm doing this, you guys want to say goodbye to everybody or what? Like,
Bye, guys.
Love you.
love yo.
Thanks for watching, everybody. You can follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Facebook.com/CardsandHandMan. Go to YouTube.com/CardsandHandMan and hit the subscribe button and share this episode, share the video. If you go back to the last Box Draw episode and comment on it, you could win a drawing of Nemu from DeCapo with some DeCapo promos for White Schwartz. And then follow us on Twitter at CardsandHandMan.
You still you can stop waving, Calvin. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Like just click back and he's just yeah. Go back and do that stuff. Exactly. Win some cool stuff. Oh, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Calvin. Bye, Sam. Okay, I'm gonna play this because
Bye.
this is super funny. Actually, this is really cool. All right, guys, here we go. Ready for this? It's Calvin sign off. TM.
Yeah. I can't wait to
This is amazing.
I can't even see what it is.
No, you can't. It's super funny. It's the Attack on Titan theme sung by all the video game Pokemon sounds.
Oh, right.
Okay. Enough of this. Okay, I'm done with that. That's super funny, though. That's super awesome. Alright, guys, here's the stuff. You know where to follow us, do all the things. Twitch.tv/CardsInHandMN, Facebook.com/CardsInHandMN, YouTube.com/CardsInHandMN, and Twitter @CardsInHandMN. Play a little bit of ARM music this time.
I already said all that stuff.
I know. It's okay, though.
I already said all of it.
I know.
Cal, want to play a standard match, too?
How do you want to do it?
Put your camera down.
Oh.
Calvin, put your pants on!
My pants are on.
Oh.